What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. So, we are making some more Destiny videos on this channel, as the other one did pretty well. And I like to share the knowledge and experiences I've had in this game. So what we're going over today is the new RIPTIDE fusion rifle in PvE. So, this thing actually is a fusion rifle that does stasis damage. If you get the right perks on it, it can AoE freeze enemies faster than any other gun in the game, well, at least that a fusion rifle can. So we're going to go over it today. This is also the first Stasis fusion rifle that does not require you to do a raid or to do Trials of Osiris. So you can do this just by playing PvP normally, and we're going to show you like what some roles you could go for on this thing are. Before we get into it though, make sure you're subbed to the channel and all that. Make sure you check out the live stream channel as well, as we do live stream quite often. And yeah, so this thing is called the RIPTIDE. You're seeing gameplay of it right here on screen. This will allow you to freeze enemies while on any subclass. As you can see, I'm on Void right now. I fire off 2 shots on this fusion rifle with the perk called Chill Clip, and it will freeze them solid. It will also freeze bosses, but the bosses will not get stunned in place. They'll just like get frozen and take some additional damage. So the way you can get this is you're going to get it from just playing PvP. It's quite straightforward. You play PvP, it has a chance to drop. And the role that we're going over today is going to be Chill Clip. So direct hits with the top half of the magazine cause a detonation that slows nearby targets. So if you hit an enemy twice with this, it will freeze in an area. And we actually have a magazine increasing perk in Enhanced Battery, which takes our magazine size from 7 to 8. So we actually have 4 shots that can freeze enemies in an area. So if we just do quick maths, 2 shots to freeze an area of enemies. We have 8 shots total, so we can freeze 2 groups of enemies before we holster the weapon to make it reload, because we have auto-loading holster on here as well. So once we switch to another weapon, it's going to make it where it will automatically reload after a brief period of time. So other perks you could go for on here. Now, this is not a complete god roll. Like, I'd say a charge time masterwork could make this thing fire even faster, which would be great. And this thing, maybe a little bit more range would be better. And you could potentially go for faster fire rate here as well. But I'm going to go for magazine size over accelerated coils because of that synergy of having more bullets that can actually freeze compared to if I had 1 less and it would just be less bullets I could freeze with. Although having autoloading is kind of nice for that too. So, some other perks you could go for on here. Now, like I said, this is the only weapon that you can get that can do this, that does not require, the only fusion rifle that can do this that does not require raiding or Trials of Osiris. So some other perks you could go for, maybe if you want to go for some more damage-focused setups, like you don't want to AoE freeze enemies because you don't find the utility of that useful, you could go for vorpal weapon in the right column, and then I'd say auto-loading or lead from gold are going to be your best choice in the left column for the most part. But let's just take a quick look at what else this thing can roll. We're going to compare it to the Deliverance as well, which is the weapon you do get from raiding. There is a Trials fusion rifle that can do this as well, but no one has it yet, so I'm not going to really go over that currently. So we're going to go to Light GG right now, and they're going to show what perks are available on this thing. All right, so as far as like the best perks, we have, I'm going to go ahead and recommend Chill Clip and auto-loading, but if you want to go for more damage, maybe you like the Cartesian coordinate, you want it on the kinetic slot, vorpal weapon, lead from gold. This would give you more ammo when you pick up, ammo off the ground. Auto-loading is great for just automatically reloading. As you can see, this thing has lots of perks, so good luck getting the roll I'm showing in the video today. But there's lots of them are good. I mean, we have Golden Tricorn, Chill Clip, Frenzy, like lots of good stuff here you can choose from. But as you can see, as far as popularity of perks, the most popular ones are going to be Chill Clip is number 1, with Vorpal being number 2. And the second column right here, I think you just basically take whatever you can get, is what it seems like. But yeah, the Mega God roll, a lot of people would probably consider Accelerated Coils for faster fire rate. If we just show how fast it does charge with Accelerated Coils, as we do have that on our roll, it goes from a, we're currently at 500 charge rate, it goes to, wait, it's not even displaying it properly. That's interesting. See, I just went to Accelerated Coils, faster charge time, decreased impact. It's not changing the charge rate here. It's just changing the impact. I wonder if that's a visual glitch, and maybe it can't go below 500 potentially. But either way, even more reason that the roll I have here is the God roll. So here's some things you can do. We're going to compare it to Deliverance real quick too, as far as what it can do utility-wise. So if you want to make this drop easier, just do like the fastest PvP matches you can think of, and on your Ghost Shell, equip Prosperity Crucible. Crucible wins have a chance to drop an additional piece of legendary gear. So you can get multiple legendaries at the end of the match if you have this equipped. If you don't have it equipped, it will still drop, but this will help. I mean, there's no reason not to equip it unless you just need more glimmer or something like that. So comparing the RIPTIDE fusion rifle to the Deliverance. The Deliverance cannot get auto-loading holster in this column, but it has the potential of becoming an adept weapon if you beat the master version of the raid. That will allow you to run Adept Big 1 spec, which is going to make it where it does more damage to bosses and more damage to, like, elites, I guess they're called, like champions and, you know, Nightmare Essence dudes. So that's really nice. And as you can see right here, we have Chill Clip and Cornered, probably some of the best perks you can get on this thing. And we have, I have an increased magazine size perk here too, but there's no auto-loading, so that reduced reload speed is actually going to potentially hurt us in the long run. So, and also, this required me to do a master raid encounter, so this did not. I just got this randomly drop in PvP, so there's definitely you know, some merit in that. And as we compare the charge times, the RIPTIDE charges much faster, so we can get off those 2 shots to freeze enemies a lot quicker. But as you can see, the rest of the base stats are much higher on the Deliverance. So it's also going to be up to you which one you consider more important. Additionally, as far as intrinsic origin traits here, One Quiet Moment is basically completely useless for what we're doing right now, whereas the Deliverance has Soul Drinker. Gain health based on the amount of hits before reloading. As you have to manually reload this thing, that can give you some heals. But then again, you know, you're probably going to be freezing some enemies and switching to your other weapons when using the Chill Clip setup anyway. So, you know, it's up for debate which one's better. There is, like I said, there's a new Trials version, but no one has that yet. So we'll see. I think it can roll Chill Clip. So that could potentially be good. That's an adaptive frame, which would be slower fire rate than the RIPTIDE. But, you know, still gives you the Chill Clip you're looking for. And like I said, guys, if you want to just use this for damage and DPS and not for, like, utility, like, this can do DPS, but the vorpal roll will give you more damage, technically, especially if you're running a Stasis subclass. If you want to go in on your Stasis abilities and be like, I'm going to run Font of Might to give me increased damage with Stasis weapons, then you have vorpal. That's pretty powerful right there. If you have vorpal auto-loading, like whatever other perks you end up getting, it's you can't craft this, so it's complete RNG. And then you run like a Stasis subclass with Font of Might, pick up an Elemental Well, you're good to go. You got big damage, and you will shred through enemies. You could even run that exact same build with the Chill Clip version, but it will be like technically a little bit less damage for more AoE like ad control, which, I mean, Stasis is all about crowd control and ad clear, so I thought it was pretty nice, and I hope that you enjoy it too. So we'll see. So where would this be useful? I'd say this is good in like maybe legend tier content. You could maybe bring it into a GM. I don't know if I would ever want to bring a fusion rifle into a GM personally, unless there was like anti-barrier fusion rifle or something like that. But as a utility weapon, sure, it's fine. Another thing that's kind of cool is in the new dungeon duality, there is a new weapon that is a stasis grenade launcher in the kinetic slot. So that's going to also have Chill Clip and Blinding Nade. So you potentially could get blinding, slowing, stasis attacks with that grenade launcher. So if I ever get that to drop, we'll make a video on that too. But I just want to let you guys know how good this is and how you should be on the lookout for this specific role or a role similar to it. Because the only ways you could get this before is if you beat a raid or if you did some trials. So I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate all the support, and yeah, let me know how you feel about this roll down below. If you maybe you think this is not the God roll. I've had people say this is not the God roll. Vorpal's better. You know, I'd say that you could consider the God roll. It depends what you want to use it for. Like, I wouldn't want to be using Vorpal in this situation right here. I find Chill Clip more useful for the AoE slowing, but to each their own. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.